Greetings, Pisces. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. If you don't know what your moon or rising is, you can Google free natal chart. So, first I want to thank you for coming to my channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And I have been taking a break from doing videos because I was working on myself and my self-love and self-preservation. And when I'm working with energy, I like to be present and not project. So I wasn't in the best place. So now I'm in a really great space and I'm so grateful for it. And I wanted to give you guys some clarity. So when I was premeditating, actually, I went to the gym this rising and I got in the water, and that's my workout. And when I was in the water, I started to think about you guys because I knew you guys were next for me to do your video. And sorry about the background noise. That's the title I heard, My Heart is a Ghost Town. So with My Heart is a Ghost Town, right? What I'm feeling from that for you guys is that you are in a space where dude, your heart feels heavy. It's almost like I don't want to feel this, but this is what I'm feeling, right? And I want to move past this, but I don't even know where to begin. Because you're tired of the pain. For some of you, you do need to go get your heart checked out and eat better. But for others, it feels like something medically is happening, but it's really like your heart is ready to release. It feels so heavy because you're ready to release the burden and the pain. There's been so much you've been carrying, so much pain, so many things that you were hoping would work out a certain way and didn't. And it's taken its toll on you guys. And it's completely understandable. One of the things, and I'm going to shuffle the cards now, one of the things that I definitely feel for you guys as well is you need to forgive yourself. It's easy to, some of you are not acknowledging a lot of the burden and pain you're carrying is self-inflicted because you don't feel like you deserve that type of love. And a lot of us have to reparent ourselves because we were raised and parented by people who were in their pain and in their trauma. It doesn't necessarily make them a bad person or a bad parent. It just means that they were in a place of pain and couldn't get into their purpose of parenting you. So a lot of you, I feel, need to take steps in the reparenting department, you know, because you're an adult in a physical adult body. There is some neglect on that childhood, and you don't even really know how to face that inner child. Like, you don't really know how to even be honest with that inner child and feel that inner child and be present with it because you weren't taught. But great news, you can do it. You can teach yourself. You can be present for yourself. It's just a matter of you, working on that and taking the steps to do that. Taking the steps to be kind to yourself. Taking the time to give yourself the love that you desired from so many others and was expecting, but you didn't receive. And that can feel really hard, and that can feel really heavy, Pisces. So, I also feel like you feel like you don't connect to many people. You want to, and you want to put yourself out there, but it's easier to say, oh, I don't want to be bothered, or I don't like to deal with people, or, well, everything is a projection, and what is happening is you're mirroring because of the lack of, oh, you're projecting the whole, oh, I don't want to be around people, right? And I don't want to deal with this, and people get on my nerves, and this, this, and this. And it's easy to do that. And it's easy to say, oh, this person's doing this, and this person's doing that. Well, what's actually happening is there was a parent or parents that there was a lot of neglect, and there wasn't an acceptance of who you are. So there is a deep acceptance within yourself that's needed, because you end up feeling like people just leave or screw you over, or something happens and you just don't want to be bothered. But really is what it is, it's you mirroring this in your life, and you attracting it because you haven't healed it. You haven't acknowledged the fact that, hey, I feel empty inside. I feel alone. I feel like I've never been accepted. I feel like I should be receiving this love. Like, being honest with yourself is very much needed for you right now, Pisces, because a big part of you that's not acknowledging yourself. So part of your inner child healing is, I want to, I accept myself. And I need to accept myself. I need to love myself. I need to nurture myself. Like, part of that is that, right? And it's that self-acceptance that's really going to get you to the next step. Because when it comes to love, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships, they're not really aligning the way you were hoping them to be. But this is the reality that can be called harsh. You are your own problem. But guess what? The best part, you are your own solution. So that means that everything at this point that has been created and that you're in pain from, acknowledge, because we can look at the bigger picture and say, well, I created this. No. Be gentle with yourself during this process, because if you're the creator and now you see this pain that you've endured, it's not going to happen like this overnight, but you have to work on your self-acceptance and self-nurturing and self-loving. And that's how you really attract and manifest exactly what it is that you desire. So let me get into your cards now. Yeah, see, you got the guilt card. And I have to tell you, this to me has a lot to do with you not forgiving yourself. The guilt card also, you're not, God. Like I said, it's your inner child. Like, I wasn't enough. I wasn't good enough. Why wasn't this for me? Or then you ended up projecting or doing certain things with other people that weren't right, or that you feel weren't right. Self-forgiveness. Once again, this came up before I even looked and pulled these cards. Self-forgiveness is necessary in this. Necessary in your evolution and you stepping into your power and becoming the best version of yourself. You got the snake spirit. Shed old skin. It's time to acknowledge these things, because spirit is letting you know, like, it's time for you to heal. And you guys have amazing intuition, and you really can create something. There's so many, your brain and how it functions, business-wise, you should be millionaires. You definitely should. So what I've noticed in my own healing and my own evolution, right, is my focus had to be on me, because I was in so much pain and in so much, I was so disconnected from myself that I didn't realize this, and in order to attract the things that you want, you have to align with yourself. But snake spirit shed old skin, right? um, you have to break patterns, and the way to create a new pattern is be consistent for 21 days. Even if you have to set an alarm, do that. But also, the thing about snakes are that they do not uh, they follow the energy of the earth. They know exactly where to go for food. They don't have to call no one. They follow their natural instincts. And what Spirit is saying to me here is, with your intuition and with your alignment for your business and for your life and financially and everything else, it's you shedding that old version of self and accepting. I give myself permission, no matter your age, anything else, I give myself permission to face my shit, and I give myself permission to feel and be patient with myself. Like, literally, we have to say that sometimes. And that's once you are shedding these layers, just like how the snake can get around, we put this big bad energy um, on the snake spirit or the snake energy, but literally, like, you're going to be so guided and fall into alignment better than you've ever thought, and you're going to be able to follow energy on what your next step is without overthinking, and it's going to be amazing. Also, one thing I want to tell you guys is, and sometimes it's not easy because we can see other people expanding or different things happening in their life, is comparison is a thief of joy. Stay in your lane. Check yourself on that, you know? Um, Look at your progress. Look at what you've done. You need to be able to do that. And once you shed those things, you're going to create harmony in your life. And you're going to finally have the peace that you want. You just have to take things moment to moment. And you have to be kind and gentle with yourself. You have to be present with yourself. And it's not always easy, but you can do it. And that's what you're going to create. Another thing I will tell you guys is that you need to put things into play. Like, you need to have an action plan. Therapy would be really good. Working with a life coach as well. Maybe even doing both. I've done both, and I personally think it's so helpful. And I'm actually going to start going back to therapy because it gives you an outlet to be able to be heard and to be able to speak it. And yeah, it gets dark sometimes, but in order to embrace the light and get to the path that you so desire, you have to, you know, face the dark and embrace those dark parts of us. So you need to make plans and focus. Your focus needs to intentionally be you. You need to start stretching. You have so many trapped emotions because, excuse me, you feel so deep. And you've been so fearless and strong for so many people. It's time for you to be there for your inner child. You know what will really help too? Putting a picture. I look at when I'm working on my inner child, I look at a picture of myself, little Cynthia, and I'm like, look at you. And I look at her eyes and the hope and the love in her eyes. And I see it in my eyes again. And it makes me want to cry even saying that, because you can get there. You can get there. You can. You can. I promise you. And it's a liberating freedom that you didn't know existed. And the reason I said stretching is because stretching is really good for trapped emotions. And you'll probably notice that even if you can't go far, or you'll notice how unflexible you are and how you don't really get present with your body, but also you may cry during it, and which is good. You guys need it, because you cry a little and you don't allow yourself to really heavy cry. So I'm going to pull a card for you from the Work Your Light deck finish this off. I hope this resonates, guys. Don't forget, please comment and let me know. And if you'd like to book a personal reading or any coaching sessions with me, or I'm also a Reiki practitioner, the link is down below. Wow. Cards. You know, the cards are a tool. My intuition is my gift. And I'm so grateful for it. But the cards are a wonderful tool and they really help. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? And that was from the beginning of the reading, you know, where, like I said, even when I was like that title, My Heart is a Ghost Town. Oh, you need some real love, like loving to yourself, but you have to give it. You have to give it because you've made yourself feel so unlovable, but that people don't know how to properly love you. And it's made them feel rejected, but you've been rejecting yourself. But be gentle with yourself, because how can you mother yourself? How can you be kind to you? Even if at bedtime you want to take a blanket and wrap yourself in it, or get a stuffed animal. What's wrong with that? Get something that makes you feel fun and cuddly. You know, embracing that inner child is so important. So I hope this reading was helpful, guys. This is, amazing. You guys are so amazing and have so much potential to bring yourself out of this pain. And I know, like, you feel like I should be grateful and I should have this, but it's not easy to get to that place until you face certain things. So thank you again. Take care.